We're watching in Hoke County that's going to be headed for Harnett and Cumberland County. But we also have these tornado warnings to the west. So once this line passes, you're not necessarily done. The way this system is working, we're going to have a lot of upper level energy. So I don't think we're going to be able to rain out the energy in the atmosphere today to stabilize things. It's going to be really tough to do that. So the threat's certainly not over. The tornado potential is going to continue as we get toward 5, 6 o'clock this evening. We should begin to see some improvements though after 8 o'clock, and we will keep you up to date on that. One thing that we're doing here in the WRAL Severe Weather Center, we have our dual pole radar in scan mode right now, so we can see any debris that pops up, and I am not seeing any signs of a tornado necessarily on the ground at the moment, looking at the debris detector on the dual Doppler 5000 radar. Mike?
Well, what we're watching for, Kat, even closer is the potential for damaging winds, and Kat and I have been talking about for the past couple of days, and even last Friday, we're talking about the amount of shear that's in the atmosphere. We're talking about wind shear, and so on the models today, between 5,000 and 6,000 feet, winds are up to 100 miles per hour. It's easy, and some of these thunderstorms, for those winds to make their way to the ground. So even though thunderstorms moving through your neighborhood right now may be only producing 50 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, if you have a warned storm, the winds could increase 60 to 70 miles per hour, and that could easily cause some big damage. And so here is the wide view again. We see the tornado warnings that Kat pointed out near the Charlotte area, continuing to watch the tornado warning for Harnett County, Hoke County, Cumberland, and parts of southeastern Moore County. And I'll zoom in there right now just to get a better look at what's going on. We'll do an update of the velocities to see how that couplet is looking. So the heavy rainfall now moving through some of the communities. Let's zoom in a little bit tighter so we can see. So we're talking about Olivia and Barbecue, the Pineview community, Johnsonville seeing some of the heavy rainfall, Spout Springs seeing the heavy rain, over hills as well. And I'm slowly panning to where that circulation is showing up. So there's Bones Ford. We mentioned that a moment ago about an arrival time. Spring Lake, you're just on the edge of some of that very heavy rainfall. There's a new update that just came in, and I bet the circulation is showing up right here at the tail end near Bones Ford. So let's jump over to the velocities and see what's going on. And we're not seeing that couplet as tight as it was, and that's excellent news that we're not seeing the tight rotation. There's a new circulation or a new rotation image that just came in, and we're definitely not seeing any kind of circulation like we did a short time ago. In fact, let me time lapse this back. I'll go back in time, and you can see how this whole system has evolved. And you can see around Rayford at 3:30, definitive circulation showing up. Again, the greens are these raindrops moving toward the radar site located in Clayton, I should say, and the reds moving away. So we definitely had some rotation showing up right over the city of Rayford at 3:30 this afternoon. In fact, we can zoom in and we can sample the atmosphere and see what those winds look like at that point. And so we're talking about these greens, looks like 56 miles per hour moving toward the radar site, and the reds 31 moving away. So yeah, we're seeing pretty decent shear rate showing up in this area as it was moving over Rayford. And as we broaden back out and pan to the north and east, and we time lapse this, you can see how we definitively have lost that circulation. So that's great news. So it doesn't look like the danger is as pronounced as it was when it was over the Rayford community, but we're still seeing torrential rainfall over this area here, just to the north and east of Spring Lake, right over Fort Liberty and over southwest Harnett County, excuse me, eventually making its way toward Cleveland Springs, eventually toward Fuquay Marina. We're seeing very heavy rainfall right now over Holly Springs and Apex. That'll continue to move to the northeast. And this tornado warning does expire at 4 o'clock, and I'm wondering if it will probably be canceled before then, because just the way the signature is showing up, it's not looking as impressive. We have reports of some thunderstorm wind damage around Falls Lake. That was coming in at 3:15 this afternoon. Power lines down across the roadway. The road is closed. So this is, again, Falls Lake and northern Wake County report of thunderstorm wind damage, and that was outside of any severe thunderstorm warning. So the wind's strong enough in some of these thunderstorms that would indicate the potential for some damage. So we do have an update from the National Weather Service on this tornado warning. So let's see what the update is saying. The tornado warning for East Central, South Central Lee and Hoke County is canceled. The tornadic thunderstorm which prompted the warning has moved out of the warned area. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. East Central Moore, South Central Lee, and Central Hoke counties, but it does continue now. As you see, the polygon has adjusted for parts of Cumberland County and also southwestern Harnett County, a small area. And they're going to keep the warning going likely for the next 14 minutes until it expires, just in case this does ramp back up. So they're doing that as a safety measure. Let me broaden out the view and we'll go back and we'll do a reset.